Today I'm going to show you how to make easy and gut healing bone broth. Hi and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rosemary. I'm a registered dietitian that makes gut healthy recipes that are still delicious. I absolutely love bone broth. It is one of the healthiest things you can eat to heal your gut. It's rich in protein, gelatin, and collagen to help repair your gut lining, and it's actually incredibly easy to make at home. I like to save bones from cooking in my freezer until I have enough to make bone broth. I use a mix of chicken, lamb, and beef bones. Saving bones is the easiest and most economical way to make your own bone broth. Plus, there's so much flavor already on them from cooking. I cook a lot of Arabic food, so the flavors are really delicious already for my bone broth, and I don't need to add extra spices. Today I'm going to use my Instant Pot on slow cook setting, but you can also do the same in your crock pot or even the stovetop. All you have to do is fill your pot with bones. You do want your pot completely full so the broth doesn't come out watery, so wait until you have enough bones to make this bone broth. Then fill with filtered water. My pot has a high bone to water ratio, 4 pounds of bones to 16 cups of water, so you'll get bone broth that is very rich. Put your pot on venting, not sealing. My pot only has a maximum of 20 hours, so once the first 20 hours were up, I slow cooked a second 20 hours for a total of 40-hour slow cooked bone broth. If you're using a slow cooker, just watch your timer and you can leave it running for 40 hours on your countertop. And if you're using your stovetop method, just keep checking the stove and make sure to add water consistently. I like to do this on a weekend when I'm home and I can check on the pot all the time. After your bone broth is done cooking, you'll be left with the most delicious enriched bone broth. It will be so high in collagen and gelatin. Cooking it for a longer time, like 30 to 40 hours, really helps pull out so many nutrients into your broth. Then you're going to want to strain your bones out through a fine mesh strainer. I like to cool mine off for an hour before I strain it so it's not too hot. Pour the broth through the strainer and let all the broth completely drain out. And you now have the most delicious, nutrient-dense bone broth. You can use it right away, store it in the fridge for up to 5 days, or store it in the freezer for 6 months. Or if you're good at canning, you can also can this bone broth. If you are freezing it, just make sure not to fill your jars all the way. Fill them about 3/4 of the way so that the glass does not break when you freeze it. You can drink this bone broth as is, or you can add some delicious spices to it like salt, pepper, curry powder, garlic, and ginger. I love drinking this bone broth first thing in the morning when it's cold here in New York. You will notice that after you refrigerate bone broth, it has a thick layer on top. This is a good sign that you have made your bone broth correctly and extracted a lot of collagen and gelatin out of it. Don't throw that fatty layer out. Make sure that you use it too so that you can get all of the benefits out of bone broth. And there you have it, incredibly gut healthy bone broth that you can make using leftover bones. If you're looking for ways to use up bone broth, make sure to check out some of my gut healthy soup recipes. Thanks for watching.